Boom! What's up guys, Dino here, welcome back to my racing channel. Before we go anywhere, can I just thank the new subscriber to the channel. You are very welcome and it is very much appreciated, so thank you. Any new subscribers out there, let's hit that button, let's hit that bell. You'll get all my videos today, tomorrow, next week and next month. Also, there are almost 80 videos on this channel, all to do with horse racing, from the ground, the stalls, the jockeys, the trainers, the race tracks, you name it, it's all in here. If you want to know anything, drop me a comment, I'll answer it as best as I possibly can. And you'll also notice that there's quite a lot of tips on here as well that are obviously, they're gone now. But as you can see, we are doing really well on this channel. It is absolutely on fire just now. Alright, so we will go into the first of the 3 tips that we did yesterday, and surprise surprise, we have done it again. Crystal Ocean wins at 5 to 6 in the 225 at Sandown. Again, if anybody's seen it, as I was saying yesterday, this is really a group 2 horse, and I honestly think that this horse isn't far away from being a group 1 winner. It's not won a group 1 yet, but I think this season this horse will win its first group 1, possibly 2, depending on where Michael Stoute goes with it. But if anybody's seen the race, yeah, it was straightforward for Ryan Moore, tucked in behind, pulled out, drew away the last probably 150 yards, maybe even a furlong, and he's won it there by 2 1/4 lengths. And I did say that I would be really surprised if this got beat, and there we are, we're proved right once again. So first tip up, Crystal Ocean wins at 225 at Sandown. As we say, the price was a little bit skinny, but it's a winner. Alright. Second tip. Once again, we've done it again. Bangkok, we spoke about it. With this one being entered into the Dante and the Derby, it really did have to win this, if truth be told. And as you can see from the price, 11 to 10 on favourite. I know they're a bit skinny, but it's all about winners. And if we bet sensibly, we're not asking, I certainly wouldn't put a lot of money on any horse, but certainly if you're confident enough that it's going to win, then of course you need to bet sensibly with your own money. But again, if this was going to get entered into the Derby, it had to win today. And it says there it's won by 1 1/4 lengths. It's probably, if it was full out, it probably won by, maybe would have won by about 2 or 3, because the last maybe 50 yards it eased down a little bit. Alright, but that's another winner for us. That's 2 winners on the day at Sandown in the 3 o'clock. And the third one, well, I think we were a little bit unlucky here. At the beginning yesterday when we were talking about it, we did mention Beat the Bank and Sharjah Bridge would probably, one of the 2 would probably win it. The one that we picked, Regal Reality, I did say to you each way, and again I wasn't overconfident, but because Michael Stoute and Ryan Moore are in such good form just now, I did fancy it to get in the first 3. The downside is one of the horses before the race had pulled out, so only left 7 runners, so you would really only get the first 2. So that was a bit unlucky, because if you watch the race again, there's only a length and a half between the 3 horses. Regal Realities ran an absolute blinder. Beat the Bank and Sharjah Bridge are in a group 2. And as far as I'm concerned, Regal Reality is the horse to take out of this race, because Beat the Bank and Sharjah Bridge, they should have probably pulled away, maybe won it comfortably enough by 2 or 3 lengths, but Regal Reality is the one to take out of this race, and ran a good one. Alright, so another absolute fantastic day. 2 winners and a third. As much as the third, it was only the 7 runners there, but another 2 winners for the channel. We are doing absolutely brilliant. So now on to tomorrow's. As you can see, there is so much racing. Sandown tomorrow is only the jumps, and it is, I think there's about 4 or 5 races that are really good races, group 3s and 2s and 1s all in there. So Sandown is excellent racing tomorrow over the jumps. But where I'm going to go is, I don't know if any of you have heard, but there's a saying of strike when the iron is hot. Well, I'm going to strike where the iron is hot, and I'm going to go into the 2:45 here listed race, which is the best race of the day at Leicester. The disappointing thing is there's only 6 runners in it, and I'm sure once you see the card or the field, I think you'll know right away what I mean by strike when the iron is hot. Now it is only 6 runners over 7 furlongs, but once it comes up, if this internet hurries up, come on, there we go. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you what one I'm going to pick. I've had a look at the 6 of them, and a lot of them have got decent form. I would certainly say there's probably 4 here that could probably win this. And the reason being is there's only one horse in the field that's got one that's been run before. All the rest are still, this is their first race back. So obviously, as you can see, Iktidar, this is its first race. Hey Gammon's the first race. Donjou Triumphant, first race. Laugh a Minute, first race. Larchmont Lad, first race. The only one that's ran and had 3 or 4 races is Card Sharp. But again, there's probably 3 or 4 in here that could probably win this. But I'm going to go for, as I say, strike while the iron's hot. Michael Stout's horses are running really well just now. I know Jim Crowley's on it, but he rides for Hamdan Al Maktoum, which is these colours. So Iktidar I'm going to go for in the 2:45 at Leicester. It's ran in group races before, this Iktidar. The ground is showing it good to fun, won't mind that at all. Overall rating of 112, and as you can see, it's quite close between these 3 or 4 runners. 112, 113, 112. So it's quite close with these 3, and 9 stone 2, 9 stone 2, 9 stone 5. That's why I'm saying that the ground is so important to a horse. That's the first thing that you should look at. If you're looking in, a race like this with 6 runners, the ground. Check what horses go on the ground. Basically, the way I look at it is that's half your job done. If you pick out, if there's only 3 horses on here that go on the ground, that's half your job done. You've got 3 horses to look at, because more times than not, it's usually one of them that wins it. So Iktidar, it's going to be for me. It's got a decent weight on its back. It's got a really good jockey. Michael Stout's horses are on fire just now, running really well. Won't mind the going at all. It's ran over 7 furlongs before. This is also, if it wins this, which I expect it to do it, this is its next race is entered into a Group 2. So if you look at it from a listed race, Michael Stout, if it wins it, he's then going to put it into a Group 2 race. So, and it really needs to win it if it's going to go into that race, unless it maybe gets beat by a head or a short nose or whatever. But I fully expect, because Michael Stout's horses are running really well, I expect Iktidar to win tomorrow in the 2:45 at Leicester. So that's my first tip at Leicester. My second tip is at Wolverhampton at night. And again, we'll go to the best race on the card, which is not, as much as it's only a class 3. If we look at this, it's a class 3 from 0 to 90, which is decent horses. Decent. You can obviously see the other ones here, 0 to 75, etc. Looking at this one, now this is obviously on the sand, and once this fully refresh, there we go. Once we fully refresh this, there's 8 runners in it, so you can do, if you wish, the one that I'm going to pick here. Remember what I said, strike while the iron's hot. Michael Stoute, Jim Crowley. I know it's a favourite. I know at the moment it's sitting at 45 on. Crystal King. Similar to, same colours as Crystal Ocean. I fully expect this to win. I just wish we had a little, even if we got even money on that tomorrow. But Sleeping Lion is a bit of a danger. I've had a look at the other ones in the field, and if I'm being honest, they've not got the form of Crystal King or Sleeping Lion. Lexington Laws, as much as it's 3650, these 3650, some of the races are actually decent races, but I fully expect Crystal King to win tomorrow. So it's 2 for Jim Crowley and 2 for Michael Stoute that I am doing tomorrow. So that will be my second tip. Won't mind the running on the sand, and also the 1 mile 4 furlongs. It certainly won't mind that at all. So yeah, that's the 2 tips for tomorrow. 2:45 at Leicester and the 7:30 at Wolverhampton, both Michael Stoutes, both Jim Crowley. And don't forget, Jim Crowley's having to go from Leicester to Wolverhampton to ride this horse. That tells you a lot in my book. Alright, so that's the 2 tips tomorrow. 7:30 at Wolverhampton is going to be Crystal King. And if we go back to Leicester and we have a look at the 2:45 at Leicester, the one that we're going to go for there in the listed race, class 1 over 7 furlongs. And again, remember, this one's only got 6 runners in the field. So yes, it has to be on the nose, which I would fully expect this one to win as well. So 2:45 at Leicester, it's going to be Ektida for Jim Crowley and Michael Stoute. Alright, so that's the 2 tips for tomorrow. Also have a look at the field at Sandown. There's good racing there over the jumps. Altior's running, which is pretty pointless giving you that as a tip because it probably will win, but the odds of it are pretty poor. But there's other races there that are good races, you know, class 2s and class 3s in there. So yeah, good racing at Sandown tomorrow. But as I say, the 2 tips tomorrow are the 2 Michael Stoutes, 1 in the 2:45 at Leicester and 1 in the 7:30 at Wolverhampton. Alright, hope you have had a good day today. Thank you for the new subscriber that subscribed to the channel. I'll bet you're kicking yourself that you'd possibly joined us maybe about 2 weeks ago, because we've had a few winners over the last 2 weeks and it's absolutely firing just now. We're doing really well, so let's keep this going. Alright, you take care and I'll speak to you all soon.